If you just hold out till tomorrow, if you just hold out through the night, if you just hold out till tomorrow, everything will be alright. Whoa, if you just Memphis T and CDP hold out till tomorrow, rainbow. If you just hold through the night, ooh, yeah, if you just hold out till tomorrow, everything will be, everything will be, everything will be alright. What's up, you all? I came on head to another destination, and y'all, I heard something, and I said, let me come and address this. I don't have a problem with Miss Olivia, but sometimes we put the blame on the wrong people. So I guess HIV rates going up, right? So who do we blame it on? We blame it on the gay people. That's what we go to. We go to the gay people. I guess the rate is going up between people who are 15 and 35. So Olivia always want to think very arcane thinking. And I'm looking at her and I'm like, are you serious? So let me say this. Because people like you, folk will not live in their truth and they won't be who they are. We look at these churches and what they say about people and all of this. So what people do is go underground and they get married and they do these things because of what you all say. And I think it's really sad. And men who sleep with men do not identify with the LGBTQIA community. So don't give us nobody who don't claim us. That's not our problem. That's not our problem. You always think that somebody want to be a woman. No one wants to be you. You be you. But I think it's very ignorant. And this is why you have a high rate of HIV. And not only that, y'all so silly while you up here picking at PrEP and PEP and the stuff that I was telling people about to prevent themselves from getting the disease. Y'all don't do that. And it's really interesting because I look at Joycelyn Elders, God rest her soul. I hope. I don't know if that lady dead or not. But Joycelyn Elders went against the tradition and the norm to say these kids need to be using condoms and protecting themselves. Here come the church folk talking about something. But we teach our children not to have sex before marriage. Well, baby, why they popping up with all these babies? If the kids were doing what you said, then they would be pregnant. So my thing is, everybody should be responsible for their sexual health. You can't blame anybody. Be responsible for your own sexual health. Period. But stop trying to scapegoat and blame people because you don't like gay men. And this is the thing. If you ain't never been gay or lesbian, then you can't speak for me. And I don't need you speaking for me. Just plain ignorant. wrong look like right and right look like wrong. Child, I'm listening to her and I'm like, grown people are grown people. Mind the business that pays you. Worry about your family. I would hate for you to have somebody gay in the family because you would probably, hate them. And it's just really ignorant. All of these years that people had to go through this and this intolerance and all of this stuff, and then they got to hear this stuff from you. And then the scriptures you quote is not in context. It ain't even right. And I don't even get it into that with you all because, again, y'all just no context whatsoever. Just take a scripture and run with it. And I just think that's ignorant. And so, anyway, I just politely left, and not to go back over because this is how you really feel. This is how you truly feel about people, and that's a sad thing because at the end of the day, this is why black women are getting house in Virginia, as they would say, at an alarming rate because these people are hiding their true self. And they don't hate a woman. They want to be with a man, but they hate to act, and they just do it because I guess that's what they want to do. Or some people are truly bisexual. Whatever. But it's just plain ignorant. I heard that child say, let me get on out of here. I said, this is some foolishness right here. Foolishness. And I don't hate the lady. But this is why you got somebody hating themselves right now. Talking about something, they going to be with a woman, they want to get married, and they ain't never seen no vagina before. I've seen church people talking about the lady lesbian, the man a gay, talking about y'all get together and help each other. Help each other do what? Okay, make y'all feel good, appease you all, but yet, nobody don't say about nothing about that deacon who done had 2 children with that other lady over there, or the deacon who up there tipping on his wife. Nobody don't say nothing about that. Or the pastor having an outside child. Nobody don't say nothing about that. Y'all let that go. And always trying to act. Well, the pastor and the devil is all. And I just look at y'all and I'm like, y'all crazy. So, if 2 consenting adults want to get together and spend their life together, that is their business. That's their business. But the priorities are wrong, and who you're trying to blame this on is not. Do you not know that gay men are probably even taking doxy prep or prep? Do you not know that the community is on their game? So who you need to blame is the men sleeping with men. And down low men are not gay men. They men who sleep with men. That's period. Now they could be gay. Technically they are, but they're not in the community. So stop blaming the community. Stop blaming gay men. They want to be like us and they mad. No, these people are actually playing the role that you want them to play. And for you even saying this, it only perpetrates the situation even more. It only inflames it even more because now these people don't want to be shunned and shamed by the church and y'all, and so they'll go and marry a woman knowing that that's good, not what they want. And the sad part about the gay men like that, maybe they're gonna talk about you if you're single, and they're gonna talk about you married. I know somebody got married and they still talking about him. They talked about him when he was single, and now he married and they still talking about him. These people will never let up. You can have a whole woman being a whole lesbian, and then the next thing you know, she get married and all is well. I just think it's a double standard, and so I just listen to people. I really had to get off because I'm like, this is just pure ignorance, pure ignorance. So all I'm gonna say is, go ahead and look at, because ain't no gay man sleeping with no woman. A gay man is sleeping with a man. And they ain't trying to look that way. A bisexual man is going to tell the woman, I'm bisexual. Now, if a woman want to sleep with a man and she bisexual, that is her business. Only in the black community. And we got staggering rates because we are not educated, number one. My God, today. So anyway, no hate. But I just turned off. I'm like, this is the same old ignorance, same old rhetoric, and this is why people sit up there with high diabetes, cholesterol, and a whole host of other stuff. Because again, this is what we do. Look, that Usher thing, because they were talking about TLC, Shirley, and what she saw Usher do that changed the game forever. Oh yes, you know, hmm. But nobody don't want to talk about that. See, and my thing is, you're right. Nobody don't want to talk about these celebrities, but they don't identify as gay. And we'll sit there and talk about gay people, sit there and malign gay people, but yet doing it. Let me tell you something. The people who have always been most vocal about gay people and what gay people are doing usually are gay themselves. They will sit there and they will go with the crowd and do that, knowing good and well that that's what they do. They will preach sermons on it, knowing good and well that's what Ted Haggard did. A lot of preachers doing it. So, so that's your right there. Not gay men. It's men who don't identify. So go ahead and do that and take gay men out of it. Because at the end of the day, those men don't identify. They don't identify. And if they don't identify, it don't apply. Don't identify, don't apply. And so again, that's all I gotta say about that. Somebody said you can imagine the billionaires who trash talk. Well, Jessica B, they do. They do. And this is why I sit there and look at people. And people think marriage stops it all. No, it don't. No people right now married and cutting up. So hollering a whole lot of people. Donnie McClurkin trying to date a woman, messing that lady life up. Messing that lady life up. Knowing Donnie don't want that. Girl, Donnie don't want that. So I guess Donnie is messed up too. I guess, let me tell you something. See, this is the whole thing. I guess Donnie is messed up. Donnie is praying. Donnie trying to get delivered and set free. Donnie almost 60 years old, getting ready to go on 70, and Donnie still doing this lonely, depressed, faking the funk. So what's wrong with Donnie? Is Donnie not praying hard enough? Donnie is a preacher. He praying. He doing all, but he ain't praying hard enough. I mean, he done got caught up in some circumstances at hotels and things, the girl said, but he ain't praying hard enough. So you think God is that twisted to keep Donnie gay? Because if God wanted him straight, he would be straight, wouldn't he? And then it kills me that these people go to these uh, reversal or whatever you say, and baby, the thought's still there. They still want it, and if the thought's still there, it's still there. Just because you don't act on it, that don't mean you're done with it. The thoughts are still there. So that's why I say these people, don't be letting these people sit up here putting you in bondage, trying to vicariously live their life. And they got junk up all up in their life, and then they want to tell you, Chaba. Yeah. And can I say this? It wasn't a black man who started the whole thing. Y'all know what happened. Y'all know who started it. And unfortunately, that group of people, with all this sex tourism, spread it like wow in the continent. All I'm gonna say is stop trying to blame gay people. The thing is, we need to be telling people to live their truth and come out, and we need to be telling church people, y'all need to get tested and and get on prep or get on the medication so you can be undetectable. You know, I mean, we just don't do that though. We don't teach our children sex education, and the little bit they get is stuff that we don't learn from our parents, and that junk one child ain't gonna hold a bit of water. Somebody said their mom and dad said just don't be scared. Don't be scared of what? Okay? That's don't be scared. Don't be scared. She said I said what? Your mom and dad said don't be scared. Well, I don't think you need to be scared of sex, but first of all, look, sex is natural. You need to be of age. You need to be able to handle this. And when you decide that you want to do this, you need to protect yourself. And these are some things you need to do. Preferably, hopefully you get married and so on and so forth. But, if you do something before then, be responsible. You need to tell your children. Tell your children what's out there. There's consequences, not only babies, but there are STIs and you need to tell it. And we don't want the school to tell them, but we ain't saying that talking about something, don't be scared. What that mean? What that mean? We don't even talk to our children regularly. So how are we gonna talk about sex? Because we scared to talk about them anything else. We scared to ask our kids how we doing and how y'all doing and so on and so forth. We don't even talk to our kids. So if we ain't even have talking to them, then how you think somebody gonna teach them about sex? Child, that's what I'm saying. Black community, we got to do better. We always want to blame everybody else and want to blame different groups. The deal is you teach your child at home and you love your child. So hopefully, and heaven forbid, you don't have a gay nephew or a gay niece. Hopefully, if they come to you, you'll be able to speak some wisdom to them and help them and help them thrive and survive and not be going different ways and doing different things because of how you feel. Because what you said, I'm like, baby, I hate for you to have a niece or nephew. And trust me, you probably do. You got somebody in your family who they ain't saying nothing, but I guarantee you got one. Oof, I just hope they never have to hear what you said. It was just pure, just ignorance. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, so anyway, y'all. Look. I guess that's how people have been raised, and it's that tradition and all of that stuff, and like I said, but yeah, yeah. Let people live their life. My thing is, if you don't want to get it, then get some condoms, get on prep and doctor prep. If you don't know what that is, find out. Stop being ignorant with your head in the sand. You could be saving a life. Could be saving a life. Because they want to be like us. Nobody don't want to be like, people want to be exactly who they want to be. And let people be who they want to be. Jesus. Anyway, y'all. So I just wanted to say that because I was like, oh, this is really, and you upset and they don't like women. And you trying to pit gay men against women, and it's never been that way. Gay men have always supported women. Unfortunately, people think it's a competition. It ain't competition because if your man talking to a man, then your man was your man in the first place. See, that's the whole thing. If it was truly your man, then you wouldn't have to worry about your man talking to somebody. See, that's the problem. They stealing people, man. Nobody can't steal nothing that's yours. Jessica B, that pride thing is a mess. One minute he hate Ro, next minute he want to be Ro friend, and then he can say whatever he want about Ro, but when Ro say whatever he want about him, people get touched in their spirit. It's a lot of things going on with him. Brian got a lot going on. Brian got that lawsuit. He got that 877 cash now stuff. It ain't 877 cash now, it's Oasis. But, he done borrowed about $4,000 against his settlement. He ain't seen a stanch of that money yet. Child, he's got a lot going on in his life. Baby, he got a lot going on. I just pray for him. Cause it was on her channel. I went over her channel and I was like, hey, what's going on? And I said, hey, Olivia, and I LOL because she was talking about something in the B section. And then all of a sudden she started going in on the HIV thing, and I'm like, I was very interested. But then all of a sudden her opinion came in. That always is dangerous when it's her opinion. And so her opinion is that these gay men, these women don't have no self-esteem. So they sleeping with these gay men and all of this, and then they don't like you. They're trying to sleep with you and get something from you. And how about the women who got it? How about the women who got it? And they don't say nothing to nobody. You act like it was all gay men spreading the stuff. It's women who done shot up with heroin and done all kind of drugs and got it. How you feel about them? Because, that's the situation as well. Just, it's a hot mess. What's up, Lady Sparkles? Now, let me say this. I ain't talking under nobody's clothes. I have not said anything disparaging to the point of talking about somebody's appearances, but I'm just saying, you know, if you gonna really get into the Bible, look at that thing in context. Start looking at the Greek and the Hebrew, and start really looking at what this thing saying in context. Stop trying to make it what you want to make it. And people always accusing me of doing that. No, there's some things in the scripture that I'm like, ooh, that hit me. Because when you really look at it without these rose-colored glasses and look at the context of what it is, you're going to find out the Bible didn't say a whole lot of stuff that y'all trying to say the Bible said. A whole lot of stuff the Bible did not say. Y'all just said it. Y'all misinterpreted it and did some eisegesis exegetical study. So that's my thoughts on it. They really get touchy with you when you bold in your stuff, trying to make like right look like wrong and wrong look right. Nobody ain't trying to make nothing look like nothing. If you ain't still if you ain't still wore my shoes for a day or two, you can't speak about me. You know, if you ain't never been gay and you've been straight all your life, you can't tell me because you ain't never had that experience. You ain't never had to go through this. You don't know the feelings of what people go through. You don't know the prayers that people pray. You don't know the deliverance prayers that people pray and all of that stuff. That's why I feel so sorry for Johnny McClurkin because he's really trying to yearn for the Lord. But at the end of the day, Johnny, that's who you are. That's who you are. Unfortunately, Billy Preston had to go through the same thing. Elton John, white man, was married to a whole woman, and know that that's not what he wanted. But yet, the pressures of society and these people, this is why you got to live for yourself and just make sure, because these people have you all goofed up and messed up. So they think that memorizing scripture is good. Anybody can memorize the scripture, but do you know it in context? You know, do you know it in context? Hebrew, Greek. Have you looked up at the etymology of the word and what it meant in the deep context of the word? Have you looked at that? Do you know what arsakonoitai means? Okay? It's a lot of things. But you got to know those words. So let me move on. Anyway, y'all, what else is going on? I just had to count it. I'm like, look at this. And, no wonder women getting sick. If y'all talking like that, I said the men who really need to be honest and truthful with themselves ain't saying nothing. And let me say this, y'all. Let me tell you about these church people too. If you don't say nothing, they fine. They know you gay, as long as you don't declare it. As soon as you declare it, it makes them very nervous. Very nervous. Now you can be about it, and they good with that. As long as, but baby, as soon as you declare, oh, it's a problem. It's a problem. So there's a lot of these women who done, according to bibliographers, um, Sister Rosetta Tharpe, she married a man, and it was all for publicity. She didn't want that man. Wanda Sykes married a whole man and didn't want it. It was a lot. Even allegedly that Whitney Houston married a man and didn't really and was really in love with Robin. So you know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, these people kind of met their demise too, because they really didn't want that. So it's not only men, it's women as well. Anyway, you can't tell some people that because it's all the men spreading it around. You ain't gonna forget the drug users, baby. Forget the IV users and stuff. Forget the women. It's all about the gay men. It ain't really about the gay men because it's always been about the DL men. Because again, a gay man is gonna tell you for the most part. Now, if a woman say I'm good with it, that's her issue. But at the end of the day, it has always been the down low, secretive men sleeping with men who don't want nobody to know that has caused problems in the community. And I think that's where you really need to go. Leave the LGBTQIA community out of it because that's not the ones who's doing what you're saying. The ones who's doing what you're saying is the ones who've been repressed and go underground and put on a big farce and get married and have a fiance and a whole beard to appease y'all. There's a lot of Hollywood celebrities that's lesbian. Not only gay, but lesbian. Hell, everybody on that housewives, every other housewife that got in the lady pond at one time. You know, I ain't saying all of them, but a great deal is talked about that lady pond, lady pond, lady pond. It was one day I'm like, well, have not, nobody got in the lady pond? Cause seemed like everybody was doing that lady pond thing. Ooh, Jesus. Anyway, I'm gonna drop the lane. I'm not mad. I'm just calling it out. You ain't never been in my shoes. Don't speak for me. You know, you can speak to your as a woman. You can feel that way, but I think that you got the wrong group of people, and who you angry with don't identify as gay. Who you identify with is men sleeping with men who don't identify as gay. It will be the first one to tear up gay people, gay organizations. So yeah, I think that's the one you need to be watching out for. Because I don't think gay men around here trying to sleep with straight women to purposely get them sick. Practice safer sex. Use condoms. Get on prep and doxy prep. You don't have them folk don't even know what it is. Doxy who? Look it up. Find out what it does. You know people having sex. I don't care how much you try to be sanctified and Pentecost. Let me tell you something. Tell you something. All them Pentecost, baby, them Pentecost churches be packed. Don't ever have to worry about running out of members. You know why? Because them girls having babies. And they supposed to be holy, pure, and chaste, but yet they got 5 children. You know why? Because the mama saved, but that don't mean they ain't saved. And they may love the Lord, but baby, they got something going on the inside, working on the outside. Ooh, Lord. Ah, anyway, no hate. I just want to be clear. Stop trying to scapegoat a group of people because you don't like them. We know you don't. You've always been very upfront, and we understand. that they're not the cause of women's health issues. Child, I'm looking at it. Heart disease and cigarettes killing people at an alarming rate. You worried about what's killing people at ages 13 to 35? Baby, I'm wondering what's killing folk who older than them cigarettes. Honey, cigarettes will take you out to get your little lungs toe up, make your little heart go a little pitter pat a little harder. That's what's killing people, taking people out. Let's talk about heart disease and all of those things and cigarette smoke and drug usage. See, that's what we need to be talking about. Yeah, baby, anybody smoking cigarettes at this time right now, out of all of these warnings, and you know good and well they cancer sticks, but you continue to smoke them. See, that's what you need to be concerned about. And worried about gay people and stuff. You need to be worried about them cigarettes, the heart disease, and how the menthol cigarettes tear them lungs up. That's what you need to know. Because them people you talking about may live longer than you, all that smoking. And killing people around you. You know, secondhand smoke kills a lot of people too. That's why people need to be on the watch out and lookout. So focused on other people's issues, but we don't see the ones that we got right in our yard. Well, anybody else got some time? Get ready to leave off here, y'all. I'm gonna get ready to leave off here. I see this QT coming up. But look, I appreciate what y'all have done. Thank you so much for coming over here at a short period of time. You know, didn't want to say much. I'm not angry. I'm not fussing. I just want to make sure and make it clear. People always trying to scapegoat a group of people. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Peace and love. Bye.